Over the course of our Top 100, we're going to see many dystopian landscapes, but one of my favorite of all time is Children of Men from 2006 from Alfonso Cuarón as the director, Clive Owen as a very memorable protagonist in this film. It is shocking where this movie takes us to. And I can't believe this idea, and it feels so real. That's the genius of this thing.
It takes place in the year 2027.
Yes.
It's women no longer can give birth
Right.
to children for some inexplicable reason. It's just not happening anymore. And so I love the way that the movie conveys this information through little news broadcasts as Clive Owen's character Theo is getting a cup of coffee, and they're talking about the last child that was born a very long time ago. And then as he walks out of the coffee shop, boom, explosion. And from the moment of that explosion forward, I was gripped by this movie.
Yeah, there's a sense of place and a sense of permanence about the filmmaking.
And it's very believable. You're right. It does feel like something that could happen. I mean, who knows why this has happened, but it feels like it could happen.
Absolutely. I mean, we hear about these potential plagues and earth-destroying kind of cataclysmic events all the time.
We're so afraid of zombie apocalypses. This is something that actually could happen.
Please help me.
The way that Cuarón kind of sets everything up really roots this thing in a palpability that is terrifying, and I think it's right down to the special effects, how they're kind of just painted in a really realistic manner. You don't really see the edges of the CG-ified kind of screens everywhere, and this is the reality that we're slowly creeping into, this idea of information following us wherever we go, this inescapable information everywhere.
Clive Owen's character, again, he finds the last pregnant woman on Earth, a woman named Key.
I'm scared.
And then it becomes his mission to transport her to safety, to make sure that this baby sees the light of day, literally. And he makes it his own personal mission. And over the course of the movie, he has all kinds of adventures. I love the digression where he goes into the woods and he encounters Michael Caine's character.
Who's amazing and so heartbreaking in this movie. He has somehow escaped this information overload and has just built this cabin just rife with newspapers, floor to ceiling.
I kind of feel like that might be my fate. Like when I saw Michael Caine in this movie, I'm just like, that could happen to me. I'm going to wind up in the woods like this.
Yeah, screw technology, you're just going to surround yourself with books.
But he's got this compound that he lives in, and one of the scariest moments in the movie for me is when the compound has a security breach, because I didn't even really know that his compound had sophisticated enough technology to tell him that there was a security level. And so waking up in the middle of the night like that, and Theo jumping out of bed and trying to figure out what to do, I mean, these are scary moments. There are so many moments in this movie where the machinery of the movie kind of disappears. You're not thinking about, well, this is a beautiful shot, or the special effects, or the performances. You're just gripped by what's happening moment to moment on screen. And it really is a movie that transports you to another place and that tells the story in this incredibly compelling way. And you can't take your eyes off this movie. And I know it sounds like hyperbole to say that, but it's literally what happens.
Yeah, Chiwetel Ejiofor, who is really making a name for himself as an incredible supporting actor. He was fantastic in the Serenity film. He outdoes himself in this movie. He's terrifying, absolutely horrifying in this movie.
What are you doing? Get in the car. Why did you do that? Get in the car!
Julianne Moore plays a very tragic character in this thing, but I don't want to spoil too much. But
there's so much here to enjoy and appreciate.
Absolutely, and there's this harrowing Steadicam shot that rivals anything that Martin Scorsese has ever done, where you're just following Clive Owen as he's trying to sort of navigate through explosions and bombs and gunfire and save somebody at the same time, and you're biting every last nail off, hoping that nobody gets killed in that scene.
I don't know how you even noticed that it's a Steadicam shot. Again, the workings of the machinery and the director, and I couldn't even think about anything like that.
That's Cuarón's genius.
I just wanted to see what was going to happen in the next shot, in the next frame.
That's it. He's a movie master. Cuarón is fantastic. He's absolutely a movie master. I'll follow this director wherever he takes us in the future. Right now, we're giving Children of Men, number 28 on our list.